Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Wildflower Wool. It is Monday and it's kind of a long weekend, but not a long weekend. So tomorrow's a holiday. It seems kind of like it's a long weekend. And so I hope everybody's had a great weekend. Hey, Jen. And but it is cast on day here. Oh, it is a warm one. I've got some knitting to talk about. I have some dyeing to show you. I have some progress on a couple of projects. We're going to talk about last week's project and what you were voting for today. So let's start. I don't have anything to show you. Let me see if I can have over here. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's been having a great Monday. I think for most of us watching, for everybody in Canada, it's a long weekend week, right? July 1st is tomorrow. So for Canada, everybody in Canada, tomorrow is our holiday. And then I know for our friends in the US, July 4th is your holiday. So it's a good way. I always think of May 2-4 weekend for us is a long weekend, and that's kind of our start of the summer. But July 1st weekend is really, it's hot. May long weekend, that's just wishful thinking that it's the start of the good weather. But summer is here. We need projects that are small. Crocheted square, socks, mitts. Even though I have a hard time with mitts though, because that's like a winter project. Why does Ravelry keep disappearing on me? Anyways, yeah, I just can't quite bring myself to do mitts sitting on the beach, but socks are perfect. So, hello, Mary and Liz and Sam, Susanna, Alice, Nikki, Sherry, Jen, Therese, hello. Okay, I'm trying to pull up Ravelry here. I thought I had it open on my phone, but apparently not. So, I picked out on Saturday on the Fiber Friends podcast. She was showing some male designers because as of tomorrow, it is July, and Fiber Friends, we are doing a month-long knitting. Is it really a challenge? I don't know. We kind of call them challenges. And the focus of July's knitting is picking a designer and knitting their pattern. So Cheryl was showing some designers that she had found. And I remembered that she was showing somebody who had all of these hat designs. And that really intrigued me. So I had to go back and watch the podcast and find out who it was. And it was Benjamin Matthews that she had shown. And I thought his name sounded familiar because I had a new start a while back. And it was a hat. And it was snow carved, I believe is what the name of it was. And I've got it started, and it is one of his designs. So I scrolled through. Oh, am I freezing? Shoot. Okay. Hopefully the internet will hold up or be bearable while we chat for an hour. So anyway, so I was looking at Benjamin Matthews, and then I was looking like, who else? And I was like drawing a blank, and then I came up with Stephen West. I'm like, okay, I'll go see what Stephen West has for hats, because I thought a hat would be, well, it's a small project. It's good for summer knitting. And anyways, I don't know. I just picked hats, mostly because Benjamin Matthews had all the hats. So that was kind of my inspiration. So let me show you. Get into Ravelry here. So both patterns, I was looking for something that was just one color because I dyed some yarn and over the weekend. So I'm going to show you what that is. And my first thought was I could use one of these skeins of yarn that I dyed. But then in my excitement over finding hat patterns, okay. Let me do this again. I must have mistyped. I totally forgot to check this. Okay, success. I am in. So let's see if I can find. Okay, so the Stephen West hat is Wind's Chief, and it really here. I'll show you. I will show you. Wind's Chief, Stephen West, and there is the hat. So I just like that it is has that diagonal swirl of ribbing, and it just looks like it might be a really fun, interesting knit. So that was option one. That was your left side. Oh, Mary says, once the fourth is here, I feel like summer is over. School supplies come out as well as warmer clothing. I know it's true. Halloween stuff is all in the stores now, right? And what did I saw something? Is that like 6 months to have Halloween, summer tween? And is that like their version of Christmas in July? Yeah, anyways, that's kind of cool for people who like Halloween. Might as well celebrate it twice in a year, right? So then I went looking, found Benjamin Matthews. Center Point Beanie is what I found for his pattern that I like. He's got a lot of patterns. And I just scrolled through and I thought this one looked super fun, but really like simple, but looks unique. So this is the one that I thought, okay, these are the two that you guys can vote for Christmas decorations. Michael's does not have a vote yet, but wait 2 weeks after July 1st, July 4th. I'm sure there'll be a Christmas tree popping up. Hey, Jocelyn. I'm loving the Halloween displays. It gives you hope. I know they're out there. I know it's time to start thinking about fall stuff because summer hasn't really even started yet. Okay, so the two hats. Center Point. Okay, let's go back to the one that was on the left. That was the Wind Chief. Let's see. So that's the Stephen West hat. Oh, it's in worsted. No, it's not. What? Okay, the yarn weight says DK, but then the suggested yarn is Malabrigo worsted. Gauge is 20 stitches. Needle size is 4 and 4.5. Kind of sounds worsted, right? Let's see. Small, medium, large. It's adult, it's asymmetrical, and it's bottom up. Asymmetrical sounds exciting. The simple beanie is knit in the round and stockinette stitch with a section of twisted ribbing. An increase and decrease cause the ribbing section to slant for a stylish, streamlined look. Instructions are provided for 3 different sizes. Choose DK weight yarn. What? Choose a DK weight yarn like the West Wool Tandem to knit the signature West Knits hat. Well, I think worsted would work. At least I'm hoping so. Oh, and when you purchase this pattern, you'll also receive a chunky pattern as well. So anyways, it looks like a standard kind of 3-size hat, 16 inches, 18 inches, 20 inches. Sorry, guys. Eric's calling me. Let me just tell him, remind him that it is a Monday night. So the hat can stretch up to 4 inches, comfortably fit, medium size. Yeah, it says DK, but okay, anyways, that's that. So doesn't that look fun? So if you guys follow along with the Fiber Friends podcast and you're still not sure what you're going to cast on tomorrow or this coming weekend, this might be a good one. Stephen West. Option 2 was the Center Point beanie, Benjamin Matthews. That one looks kind of fun, doesn't it? It almost, oh my goodness, you guys, I just had a thought. Look at this hat. Pom-pom. Well, okay, put a pom-pom on there and put googly eyes on the pom-pom. It would look like a person. Does the cables not look like hands kind of like crossing. It can totally make, anyways, I got sidetracked. But you could, right? Wouldn't that be a cute hat for a kid or an adult? It's worsted weight yarn. Look at that. The universe worked with me today. Okay, so it is a hat. Okay, this one was published in December 2022. I didn't check when the Stephen West one was. It is worsted weight, 5 stitches, unblocked is the gauge, 4.5 millimeter needle, one size fits most adults. Okay, so one size. It says, wanted to make a simple rib beanie combining the pronounced texture of twisted stitches with super simple cabling. Great first cable project. I like that. This pattern is available as individual or part of an ebook. Hope you enjoy and happy knitting, Benjamin. So that is option. This was the right. Oh my gosh, now I can only see it as a person. It needs a pom-pom face on there. Okay, anyways. Hi, Susan. Well, it's pom-poms. You cannot tell me a pom-pom would not look good on that, right? It totally looks okay. Anyway, I'm like, you can have so much fun. Okay, so we had about 75 people vote today. I was getting ready. We were on the road most of the day. And so anyways, I was way late getting the polls up. So thanks for you guys for persevering and waiting around and going and checking it and voting when I did finally get it up. And the winning hat had 66% of the votes. So was a little bit one way. But there was lots. I didn't have any idea until I went and counted which one was going to end up, because even though Instagram stories, where I can see your voting and I can see what the percentage is for both projects, it doesn't always tell what the end result's going to be, because sometimes on Facebook, you guys vote completely different than the people who vote over on Instagram. So anyway, so you never know until all the votes are added up. And you can also, so Instagram, Facebook, you can vote here on YouTube, and over on Patreon, it's free. The voting is there. It's open to anybody who scrolls the Patreon page. So you can always go over there and you can cast your vote over there as well. So, hello, Diane. Let's see. Oh, hi, Susie. I picked Benjamin Matthews' snow carved beanie. I think yes, option earlier in the year. I did, Susie. Oh my gosh, we're going to have matching hats at some point when I get mine done. Okay. Hi, Karen. So what else? I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of discussion about the two different patterns. A couple people, I think it was Dawn, said that she had the center point beanie, I think, in her favorites. But, there's everybody's like, oh, I like the one on the left. I like the one on the right. I think the one on the right's really interesting. So anyways, Jocelyn still needs to pick a pattern. I know, that's what a good thing to do tonight. Just scroll through Ravelry and see what you can find. So I feel like I don't have anything to hold up as far as left and right and hats and whatever. So I will pick up my phone again. Okay, so the winning hat with 66% of the votes today between the Stephen West, which is the Wind Chief. We'll look at it one more time. Look at that. See, wouldn't that be that would be a great hat, because anybody could wear that in any color. That would be just a really fun hat for something you just want a little interest, but you just don't want to knit a stockinette hat round and round. So really, I don't think we can go wrong with either one of these. And then of course this one. I mean, the only drawback to this is it is all ribbing. So it will be a little slower. I don't know, but it's cute. But there will be lots of stretch with this. Okay, anyway, 66% of the votes, and the winning hat between Wind Chief and Center Point Beanie. Insert your drum roll. And 66% of the votes goes to Center Point Beanie, the one on the right. Pulled ahead with 66% of the votes. So I tell you how happy I am that this is a worsted weight hack. So what yarn weight are those patterns? Anyways, I just got a warning. Something flashed on my screen. Anyways, okay. We'll carry on. Anyways, yes, so yarn weight. So anyways, either one of the patterns, even though the Stephen West said DK, it sounds like with the gauge and everything, I think a worsted weight would work as well. So if you guys still haven't picked out what you're going to knit for the Fiber Friends, one of these two hats may be a great idea. Or if you're looking for something small, Diane said yay. Sally says yay. Wonderful. A hat might be a good project to cast on this week, right? If you've got a long weekend, if you're going to the beach, a hat might just be the thing to do. Yarn. Let me show you what I dyed. I did a little dyeing. I had to put it in a plastic bag because it wasn't quite dry when I left home today, whatever time it was. Oh, I'm cutting in and out. Oh, Sam says I'm freezing again. Shoot, you guys. See, and everything is showing on my end. It's not telling me I have, sometimes I do have not the best connection up here, but I didn't have any trouble connecting. So I was hoping it would be fine. Well, if you guys can stick it out as long as you can, that would be great. If it's too annoying, then I completely understand if you want to just bail and just go out on the porch and knit or something. So I'll talk to you about what I dyed. These are acid dyes. I don't have the package with me. I'll talk more about the dyes later on because this is something that I'll probably be using again. I've got some interesting things to tell you guys over the next week or two. So, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to give you a little hint that there's some changes in the works here. But I did some dyeing. So this is, oh, Sally, connection's good for you. Yay. That's good. The color. So this colorway was called Citrine, and it dyed like pretty close to the color that was on the package. So you can see it's tonal. And yeah, it was really fun. So I dyed this the other night. So I did a little bit of a process. So because when I dye, I don't like to waste any water. So started it with the dye pot. Oh, good, Nikki, I'm glad. I love it too, Susie. So I bought citrine and I bought a turquoise. So I put it dyed. So put water in my dye pot, put my dye in, put the mordant in, put my skein of yarn in. This took up all the dye, took up all the yellow dye really quick, but there was green dye left in the dye pot that it did not want to take up. So I just took this out, rinsed it, hung it to dry. There's a little bit of green still in the dye pot, and it was like, yeah, that's okay. So then I put in the teal dye with the little bit of green. So my yarn came out a little more on the greeny side than a bluey side. But when I compared it with the package, it was still pretty close, but a smidgen more on the green side than, like, it really doesn't quite look like turquoise, does it? But it's still pretty. It is more of like, what will we call it? Seafoam green or mint green? I don't know. What kind of shade of green does it look like to you? Like when I hold that up there, it's like looks like there's little bits of blue kind of poking through there, doesn't it? So it looks really fun. So anyway, so I did that. So then after I dyed this, there was a little bit kind of a bluey green turquoise color left in the dye pot. And Yeah, so hopefully there's a little bit. So it's kind of a bluey green, which is kind of fun to have that little hint of actual turquoise in there. So then I had one skein of yarn left over, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do a little experiment. This poor skein send me good thoughts. Almost a teal. Yeah, maybe that's more like what it is. This skein got a little tangled, a little tangled. So I'm just going to try not to tangle it anymore. And so this one, I ended up in the dye put pot. I put in another citrine dye and put this in. But then with that little bit of dye that was left over with the green and the blue, when I put this in, it turned a really funky color, way different than the first citrine. And then I put turquoise in, and then I ended up with this like really cool, kind of like a, I don't know, like a mossy green, avocado green, um, mushy peas. But this one, it does kind of look like mushy peas. I kind of like that. But see, like there's a little bit of like the gold, like the citrine. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. So there's the two. This is the teal. This is what's supposed, no, it's turquoise. This is supposed to be turquoise. It looks not turquoise, but it looks fun, right? Okay, stay. I don't know. And then there's this one. So I've got these. So this is local Ontario wool, 100% wool, non-superwash. It's it's not that bad. I mean, it is a little rustic, but it's not that bad. I would tell you this is less rustic than the Icelandic yarn that I spun and knit up. This is kind of similar to a Briggs and Little, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, Shamrock. Hi, Diane. So, anyways, this is what I dyed. So, this is what I thought I want to make the hat with. And I think any of these, because they're tonal. Okay, you guys, help. What color should, so we're doing the center point hat, the ribbed with the cables crossing. What color? So that's what it's going to be. Should we go with, what did I hear? Mushy peas or, oh, celery. Susie said this reminds her of celery. Well, that sounds like a very fun summery color. We could do celery, mushy peas, celery, or the citrine. Can we make this a fruit? Bananas? I don't know. What else is yellow? Lemons, bananas. The mushy peas color gets my vote, Susie says. Oh, shamrock. Diane, which one did you say was shamrock? The darker one? The mushy peas shamrock? I know. I think this is my favorite. Mushy peas. Mushy peas. I think maybe we need to go shamrock. Mushy peas is fun. I don't know. Diane says yellow. I'm always up for yellow. Mushy peas. Any votes for celery? Mushy peas. Kim. Hi, Kim. Hi, Pravina. Mushy peas. Mushy peas, Liz says. Okay, mushy peas. They're like canned peas. Ugh. I am, as you can tell, I'm not a fan of canned peas because to me, they are mushy. They taste terrible. Frozen, yes. Fresh from the gardens, perfect. Oh, corn. Oh, this could be creamed corn. Mushy peas. Oh, call it maize. I like that. That sounds sophisticated. Maize. Maize, mushy peas. These actually would look really kind of fun together, wouldn't they? I like these two. This one here is fun. I mean, next time I dye turquoise, I'll like do it properly so I don't have the leftover green from here. But this, still is fun. Not turquoise, but celery green. Kim, the teal is my favorite color of the three. So that's this one. But the mushy peas looks great in the hat. Okay. Diane, I love peas out of the can. Oh my gosh, that just like it makes me I'm like like a toddler or a teenager going like, "Oh my god, that's so disgusting." Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, Diane, we will never fight over canned peas. If we ever are together somewhere, I will share my peas with you. Okay. Anyways, but mushy peas. Mushy peas. It's sounding like mushy peas. I'm gonna have to hang these up somewhere up here because they are still they were wet. They were almost dry, but then I put them all together in a Ziploc bag in like the heat of the car, which I know is probably not a good idea. But anyways, they're out of the Ziploc bag so they can breathe and they can finish drying up here. Oh my gosh, look at this. I know. I'm gonna have a problem. I know. This is going, oh my, yeah, this is gonna be tricky. But anyways, it'll be fine. Okay, mushy peas it is. Mushy peas and the center point hat. I have needles. I just realized I do not have a ball binder and a Swift, but that's okay. We can old school it with two chair backs, or I can put it around my knees and do it. I can try to convince my daughter to, hold it on her arms. I don't know how well that will go. I might be better just doing it myself. And probably because it'll take longer because it did get a little tangled. So I'm going to take some time and just see if I can straighten all of the strands before I put it on the chair back and wind it. And then I can start it. I'm like so excited. Yarn that I dyed. I've got my project for the Fiber Friends Male Designer Challenge picked out. A hat is going to be a perfect project for this week. Cannot wait. So let me show you what else I've been working on. Let me show you this because this one here. So on your toes, on your toes. I almost said on my toes. On my toes, on your toes. This sock yarn is the asymmetrical boomerang garter stitch shawl that I started. Was that last week? No, that was 2 weeks ago. Anyways, I found myself just picking this up quite often. I didn't put a stitch marker on here, but I'm pretty sure when I showed this to you last week, was I don't know, somewhere like down here. It wasn't super big, was it? But now look at it. It's growing. It's starting to take shape, starting to have that shawl look to it. And you know what? The color is growing on me. It's still not my absolute most favorite, but it's not bad. So where are we here? So there's cast on tip here, and then we're increasing out. So it's getting there. It's getting bigger. I had to put it down to do some other things, but this was just it was great. I was binge watching a show, and this was just perfect for it. I could just sit and knit, knit, and knit, watch and listen and knit. Susanna said, oh, they have a heat warning that started. You were like cold. Was that Friday night? When were we? Or was that wasn't in the Zoom call? It must have been. Was it Friday night with Jocelyn? I don't even know now. You were saying we were all in like this heat wave, or maybe it was last Monday. Doesn't matter. But we were talking, and we were all like melting in a heat wave, and you're like, it's like only 12 degrees or something. And now the heat is rolled in for you, eh? Hi, Cheryl. Oh, until Friday, like all week. Oh my word. Craziness. Okay, Cheryl said, better picture when you picked up your phone. Oh, what is that? The hat? Anyways. Oh, hold on. Picture's not very good. Okay, Cheryl's giving me tech advice here. Not very good. Try sitting your. Oh, I'm not using my phone. The picture's not very good. Which way makes it better? I don't know. Well, I don't know. If I tip it somehow, does that make it any better? Okay, so the shawl is working really, really well. It's like going super speedy, which is why it is one of my favorite things to knit. What else have I done? We had our crochet Zoom call Friday night, and that was lots of fun getting to see everybody's progress on their crochet projects. So I got another square finished. I think I might. Oh, apparently have another one started. I was going to say, I thought I maybe had another one finished, but maybe not. Or maybe it just is not in the bag. Anyways, I have got all these odd balls of yarn, and I'm just picking random, just like putting my hand in, picking, and as long as I haven't already used it, that's the color that goes in. So no humming and hawing, no guessing. Does this look good with this? It's just grab and crochet. It is super fun. I'm loving all of the fun colors that I'm getting with these granny squares. Okay, let's talk about last week's project. So, last week's project was the fission knitting. And it's cast on. I'm going to show you. It is a paid for pattern. I ended up getting the ebook because why not? Because it gives you 5 patterns. There is 3 cowls and 2 hats. And I know I think it was maybe Nikki, said she voted for the cowl because she knew there was a matching hat, so I could maybe do a matching set, which is very smart. So when I ended up going in there to buy the um, it was Tranquil Waters. Yes, it was Tranquil Waters cowl. Uh-oh. Okay, didn't like that. Tranquil Waters. Oh, okay, maybe this isn't going to happen. Okay, anyways, let me try this a different way. I'll go here. Anyway, so when I went to buy the pattern, and then I saw that there was an ebook and I could get the hat patterns, it seemed like the thing to do. Okay, so there is the pattern from last week. Tranquil Waters has that cabled pattern, and you've got your design is in the opposite color, and then the design is on one end. We flip it over, the design is on the other side, on the other end, in the other color. So this is what I've got. This is what I picked. Needed 2 balls, 2 different colors of sock yarn. So I grabbed 2 balls of Croy, and I've got salt water, and a charcoal, what is it? Gentry Gray. So I've got these 2. And you hold both colors together as you knit it. I have got this much done. I have cast on and I have purled 2 rows. And then I got stopped. I was going to say stuck, but I'm not saying stuck. I got stopped because I was, trying to do this every night after work, just before bed. And, or, today I was going to do it in the car. And I'm like, just take a peek at this. I know I can't show you the whole thing because it's a paid for pattern, but the chart is no joke, you guys. So there's the symbols for the chart, and it is sideways. So I was going to knit from my phone. So I don't know if I can knit top to bottom. Anyways, and then the other side, the other half of the chart, and then you've got 2 colors to deal with as well. So anyways, yeah, there's the chart. So I need to knit this when I have a little bit of time to actually read the legend, what all of those squiggly lines mean on the chart, and go through. There's a lot of pages of explaining what you're doing. There's a bottom edge, there's a top edge, there's a body, that talks about the method, there's resources, there's rules of fission knitting, there's examples of cabling if you're on the main color, the contrast color. There's understanding the stitches, knitting with marled yarns, working the cables, how this technique works. There's a little bit of a learning curve for this. But again, I think it's one of those things that looks a little bit more overwhelming when you see everything, when you try to explain something. Once I get going, I know what I have to do. So I just need to follow the chart and get going. But I just have not had time this week to have a little bit quiet time just to wrap my head around all of this and get going. So this week on vacation, I'm going to tackle that and see how far I get this week. So this is also my week to catch up on my crocheted squares. I was going to change this bag, back a couple of months ago. I thought I need to find like a spring bag, but you know what? It's not like Christmas in July, so I'm just going to stick with this. And my mitten bag, I just know is my crochet bag. So I'm just not going to mess with a good thing because I know what's in here. So I'm just going to leave it all summer long in here. So this is it. I'm going to try to get caught up. I'm going to work some just plain granny squares as well as follow the videos and learn some new techniques. It's been so long since I've actually done one of the videos from Yarn Utopia that it might be a really good refresher for me, because now all of a sudden now I'm thinking like a treble. I think I remember. See, and this is progress, because before I would crochet and I would learn a single, double, half double, treble, and then, a couple of months or 6 months would go by. And then when I come back to it, I would have absolutely no idea what any of it was. But now I do. So I'm like retaining half of it. So I'll still need a little refresher for some of them. But anyways, I'm going to carry on. So this is going to be a fun crochet week. Just a little bit of a fun. Look at all those colors. Just like pinks. So there's a little bit of purple in there. So I'm going to work on that. What else did I bring with me? Now these are, okay. I brought a couple more projects. I'm like, how many projects do I need? So I just grabbed a couple that were just close at hand. This sock here. This is the sock that is just as ready as waiting for a heel. And isn't this like such a fun color? This would be a perfect summer vacation knitting yarn, don't you think? So I'm going to see about working on that for an afternoon. And I also brought my oldest whip. This one was cast on in January. This is, it's not that big, you guys. Somehow I was hoping it was going to be like double this. This is the Rio Kalina cowl. And it is the one where you just cable randomly wherever you want. So I am just going to sit on a lawn chair and knit. and cable and knit. Well, rib. I'm going to rib, and I am just going to work on this. It's one of these ones where I want to do it. I want to finish it, but every time I go um, to cast it on or to pick it up and work on it, I always somehow end up grabbing something else. Give me one sec, guys. I have to. There. Got a low battery warning. Oh, what is, no. Okay. No. Okay. Anyways, we're just going to keep going. So you guys, I hope for everybody that the sound, the picture is, Susanna says I'm getting fuzzy. Mary, crocheted squares. Oh, you abandoned your crocheted squares. Busy crocheting 12 curtains for the dining and living rooms. Okay, that sounds like a great reason to abandon squares. Have you posted a picture of those, Mary? Oh, yeah, Sam, what is your dishcloth count? Now that you're back on track, you like literally threw away your pattern for that bird that was driving you bonkers. So now that you're back working on a pattern that is, easy to read and you're just zipping through it, what is your dishcloth count at? Are you at 70? Diane, oh, tossed aside my work. Oh no, a alpaca on the lap for an hour is way too hot. I know. This is like, we need to have a sock, a hat. Diane, because how was your blanket? You started one that was like hexagon. They were blue and white, looked like tiles. Have you been working on that? Or is that, which project got tossed aside? The one you were just working on now? What is it, an alpaca? I'm thinking that's not the blanket. Hi, Emma. Emma, how's your crocheting going? I know you were doing lots and lots. Jocelyn, you cast on a second sock today? That is fantastic. I know, socks, I think they're the thing. Oh, and I also brought this project with me because you just never know what I'm going to want to work on. I mean, it should be my fission knitting. And it should be the new hat for this week. But, I really want to work on these too. These are my DK socks, 2 at a time. And oh yes. I'm like, I think I finished the increasing. Of course I did, because you can see right here. Increases to here, and then now I'm straight. So I'm just going round and round. Oh, but I'm getting close to doing the heel. That's why I think I set this aside, because I need to be having a tape measure handy to see. I have a little ways to go yet, if I remember correctly, but I am getting there. So I want to just knit and measure, knit, measure, knit, measure. That is fun. I love that they do not match. And then it's just fun to see the colors turning out. So I have got that. So it's going to be, I've got hats. I've got all small projects other than my shell, but my shell's not super big yet. Even when it is, it's only one skein shell, so it's not going to be super big. Emma, back to stuffy making, as I've been talked into doing the Christmas fair at the kids' school. Wow. Well, Emma, oh my goodness, I can totally see why they would want you to do that. Your work is amazing. You had so many stuffies done. Was that for the Fiber Friends Challenge? I remember seeing like this whole like grouping on like a bed or a couch or something. You had so many. So now you've got 6 months, 5.5, whatever the actual count is. So that will keep you busy. I can't wait to see some pictures. Liz, I need to turn the heel of my sock. Easy, but right now requires too many brain cells. I know. Set it aside until you've got peace and quiet, and then turn the heel, and then you're good to go again. Heard to bring charts this summer. Oh, I'm working on a scarf hoodie as a Christmas present. Diane, look at you. Oh, we should be thinking about that. Yes, now that tomorrow's July, it kind of seems that that is like halfway to Christmas, halfway to holiday season to start thinking about gift knitting, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, Sam, what is your dishcloth? Are you over like you're at 72? I can't remember what you were at. Emma says most of them sold at the summer fair. So look at you are in demand. 5 months to restock. You're going to be busy. Well, those will be perfect to take with you wherever you are go out and about this summer, right? That's a good portable project. How many are you trying to, yeah, how many are you going to try to get done for the Christmas sale? Kim, you're already going on the Christmas gift knits. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am not. Okay, that should be something that I do this week while I'm, at the beach or while we're out hiking. I should really think, is this the year I knit everybody socks? Probably not. Is it the year everybody gets a new hat? No, I made them hats last year. Can't do hats this year. I don't know. What are my options? The socks would be a great thing if I can get myself, what's the word? Motivated, get myself in gear. I don't know. I could do it though, right? I could. Okay, seriously think about that. Let's reconvene next Monday night. Somebody remind me. We'll talk about if anybody else is in the same boat, if you've thought about starting your holiday knitting, because really it will be the time, because our future November selves will thank us if we start this month. So your male designer could be a Christmas gift, right? A hat, a cowl, mittens, socks, a shawl. Yeah. What? Mary, okay. Oh, Sam, you will have 75 on Wednesday. Fantastic. So what, you've got one or two that are partly done? Yes, a gift or two a month. Look at you. Go. Like, yes. One of these years I'm going to start in January and actually stick with it. I don't know. I guess I get distracted and the nice weather comes and then Christmas fades away and then all of a sudden it's here again and then I'm scrambling and it's like the same thing every year. Nikki, how many pairs of socks would you need for your whole family? See, that's the thing. Um, uh, so I could do 10. 10, I think. So that's not too bad, right? 10, 6 months left. So that means more than one. So if I did one pair every 2 weeks, which I could do. Okay, it means, but the bottom line is that means I need to start now, right? So so next week's New Start Monday had better be a gift pair of socks. I could maybe do that. Could maybe do that. Oh my gosh, Emma, probably around 100 to 120 separate pieces. But I'm not stressing about it. If it happens, it happens. Well, that's right. It's summer. You got to enjoy the nice weather. And yeah, whatever you get done, right? If you have less than that, then just think there'll be a demand, you'll sell out. You'll be the first stop at the craft sale. Everybody will be like, I need to get there and get my stuffy. Oh, Jocelyn, I know you always, yes, have it the The 4th to get in requests for Christmas. After that date, I make whatever I want if they don't have a request. There you go. Okay. Anyways, well, that, I mean, that does make sense, right? Because you can't come yeah, too late, like November, and be like, oh, I would like a pair of socks, or yeah, something that. Oh, okay. Hi, Sherry. Several Januaries ago, I vowed to knit a Christmas ball every week. Still have not done a single one. I know. Where's Cheryl? Um, I think Cheryl has said the same thing about doing little mini garland. Do one a month, then you'd have 12. You have a nice little garland. Yeah. And then I think we came up with the idea. What was it? The last month, the first weekend, the last weekend of the month. It was supposed to be like a Christmas, like set aside that weekend to do your Christmas ball. Yeah, no, I think I did it in January. I don't know. I think I did it once. And then that was it. But I know, but maybe now, maybe halfway through the year, July, the Christmas in July whole vibe, maybe this is where we get back on track with gift knitting and our holiday decorating. So if you want to do a stocking, if you want to have Christmas balls, if you want to do a garland, this would be the perfect time, because there again, summer, small project, portable, not heavy, not heat producing. It would be a good thing. You could take that to the beach. You could take that to a baseball game, a soccer game. Okay, we need to think about that. Or an ornament for an ornament for everybody. I could totally do that, Nikki. I could do that and then put the date on them. And then every year I could, oh, see, look at this. I'm now just creating like a 50-year project for me, 50-year project for myself. Oh, Sam, you sent me a picture? Okay. I like the ornament. I do like the ornament idea. And now that I can crochet, I am tempted to do crocheted snowflakes. I know. I did the one pattern. Maybe I'll go back to that and see. Oh yeah, Noelle puts me to shame with her socks alone. She's a machine. Oh my goodness. I kid you not. I should post. You know what I should honestly do? I should repost. Because I swear, 9 times out of 10, I open Instagram and Noelle's the first person there on my Instagram feed. And she's not wearing, or like, it's not just like a hat or something. She's wearing another sweater. Like, she is a machine. She she knits quick. She yes, she's beautiful, beautiful things. And she gets so many finishes done. I know. I feel like I should just repost. Here's Noelle. Here she is again. 3rd time this week. I know. It's funny, but yeah, she does. And then her socks, because she does do socks for her whole family. And I love her Christmas picture because she hangs them all on her mantle. And she's got adult socks for her boys and their partners, and then all the various size of grandkids. And so we've got socks of all different, like itty bitty ones. Well, the itty bitty ones are getting bigger because those little, little feet grow quick. So yeah, it's fun though. Oh, you couldn't get the Kitchener stitch? Well, just try it again, Sam. Find a YouTube video. You've done it before. So just take your time. If you have to pull it out, or you know what? Just do it. If you mess it up, just regroup,